What advice would you give to independent reps out there about what they should be considering and or doing this year and moving forward to be of more value to companies like you that embrace an independent rep strategy?
Well, I understand both sides of having a lot of lines, and there's some level of security in having a lot of lines, but I also think it can distort the value you bring. And what I mean by that is you can be an expert on fewer, and probably provide more value than just having a lot and being a generalist, if you will,
Mhm.
in those lines. So the more you can become an expert, have a portfolio that fits together, that makes sense. If you're targeting architects and designers, you obviously should have products that represent that. That's kind of given. But the types of dealers that you're pursuing, sometimes people carry lines that are confusing to the dealer. Why
Mhm.
are you carrying that? That doesn't make sense with this brand. So be very careful of what you're carrying, so the message that you're sending to your audience is clear. I think too, the research that each one of those manufacturers provide, you should be able to tailor that to be your own, if you will. So taking the various messages you may have from the 5 to 10 lines you have, and really putting that together in one solid message that a dealer or an A&D firm or an end user can utilize and really better their purchasing decision, or the way that they're sitting or applying their offices. There's a lot of value in having multiple lines. It's just you don't want to make it confusing and distort the message that each
Sure.
manufacturer brings.
So you said watch the number of brands that you actually represent. So limited product offering, not necessarily limited to two or three, but just watch that you don't have too many
Right.
and be sure that they're aligned with your brand and your market strategy. You're an
100%.
A&D person and you've got high-end textiles and lighting and some other really cool things that work in A&D, maybe a glass product or whatever. You don't need a Chinese import to fill the
Absolutely.
gap, right? That's kind of what
100%.
you're talking about. So make sure that your product offering has a brand in alignment with what your market strategy is. And then I love this one. Use the tools that and the research that your brands are giving you, because most of them are giving you tools and research, and use it as, hey, here's some research, and basically be active in sharing that in order to drive awareness.
Your best manufacturers understand what we just talked about earlier, which is you need to leverage each other. The manufacturer, you shouldn't view that your rep group's other manufacturers are your enemy.
Mhm.
They're there to help enhance you and your representative. Again, the representative that stands in front of the dealer or the A&D firm is our link. And if that link breaks, then we don't get the sale.
Yep.
We need to keep that link strong. So leveraging all those things to make sure you're bringing your best foot forward and our best foot forward at the same time, it's imperative to the manufacturer and quite frankly to the value of the rep group, and what they bring to each market.